guys, it's Dan and Brooke here again with Limitless Physical Therapy Specialists. Today we're going to be talking about strength training to help improve and prevent back pain. So we're going to go through a couple of exercises again. These are really typical things you'd see us doing in the office here with patients who are experiencing back pain. They are safe to do, especially if you're feeling okay. Again, we kind of tell people to, just like in the last email, we're going to have you ease into these exercises and make sure they feel okay and kind of assess over the next 24 hours how your body feels with that. If you're uncertain about any of these, it's a great time to get some help with that, and we can definitely do that for you. So Brooke's going to grab a light kettlebell here. We're going to start with goblet squat, which is what we call it. It's a kind of a safe way to start training your back, your glutes, and your leg muscles. So Brooke's gonna go ahead, she can demonstrate the exercise, good. And you can see that her hips kick back and the hips and knees bend at the same time. And it's just the first way to kind of load the lower part of your back and your legs. Again, a safe way. You can work up to 3 sets of 10 repetitions with that. The next one that's kind of scary for some people is called a deadlift or a hip hinge. And again, some people might be hesitant to try this, especially if they're having back pain. But what we know about back pain is that if you get stronger or can exercise, it tends to feel better and prevent recurrence of that back pain. So Brooke, again, she's going to just demonstrate this. It's a little bit different focus, a little bit more emphasis on the back and glute muscles as she's doing this exercise. And she's just going to pick a load that works for her today. And she's doing that just fine. That looks great. And that's just a traditional deadlift or a hip hinge. The next one we're going to do is a kettlebell row. You could use a dumbbell or a kettlebell for this. So Brooke's going to show this from the side again. She's got a box here just for a base. She's going to have a nice flat back here, and then she's going to pull her hand kind of back toward her hip in the back there. So let it all the way down and back up toward her hip as she drives that up. Awesome. And this is to strengthen everything in your low back as well as your lat muscles here, which support your back and your spine. Same rules apply here. We're going to do about 3 sets of 10 to know that we're kind of building strength in those. Why don't you keep that kettlebell? And we'll show a couple of different carries. First one, sometimes just carrying a load as we walk is a great way to build strength and endurance for your back muscles and your kind of core muscles. So the first one Brooke's going to do, she's going to hold this up in front, and maybe she can just show with a march in place so the camera can stay on her. And as you're doing this, you'll notice she's working everything from her chest to her shoulder muscles, her back muscles, and her legs. All of these carries are a great way to get your heart rate elevated a little bit while you're exercising and build some capacity for your back. Make it tougher, essentially. The next one is a suitcase carry, so she could hold one weight at her side and then also kind of march in place there. And again, this kind of is a little bit awkward because it tips her off of her center, but it makes her muscles do their job and keep her in an upright position. Finally, she can do a farmer carry. That's what we call it. So she's got 2 weights. They could be equal or different in this position. And again, she's just going to do some walking with those and work on keeping her spine nice and tall and trying to be strong in those positions. We've got one more exercise. This one's got a couple of different names, but the most common probably is a pail-off press. So Brooke's going to get in a nice strong stance and then push that straight out from her middle and back in. And as she's doing that, her muscles have to work to control so that it's not pulling her off of her center. And it's going to work all of the small muscles that build stability throughout her low back. That's great, thanks, Brooke. So again, all of these can be done in sets of about 10 and maybe 3 sets of 10 over time as you build up to that. And again, another kind of key takeaway is if these are new to you, just start small and build up with that and make sure you're successful with your first sets and assess how you feel over the next 24 hours. I hope that's really helpful. Thank you, Brooke, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.